Hello students, hope you are well and you are doing your lessons at your home. Today I will start the topic migration. Nowadays you are familiar with the term migrant workers. Every day we are seeing that so many people, so many workers are coming to their home and cross long distances to return their home from their job locations, right? So they are called migrant workers. Why they are called migrant workers? Because they are actually they are settled in another town or another state for their job purposes, right? And this migrant, the word migrant coming from the migration. Okay, if I describe the definition of describe the definition of migration, then you can understand what is meant by migration. So migration means the movement by people from one place to another place. Okay, and migration is an important determinant of population change in a country, in any country. And the movement is often over long distances and from one country to another, as I told you. But migration within the country is also possible, like what we are seeing now. From Maharashtra, so many workers are coming to West Bengal and they are returning home, their home. And so many workers who are staying in the Andhra Pradesh or Kerala, they are returning back to different states where actually they are going their own places or own villages or cities. Okay, so now you can learn the two terms. One is immigrants and another one is immigrants. What is meant by immigrants? In this diagram you can see that the people who move out of a country are called immigrants. Okay, these type of people are going another city or another states or another country, then we can say those people immigrants. And what is meant by immigrants? Immigrants, the people who come to live in another country, those people are considered as immigrants. Okay, these type of people are coming from another country to stay in a specific country or specific state or city, whatever you told. And the next point is the impact of migration. Okay, so what are the impacts of migration in our society? Migration, the first point is it leads to increase in population. It is right. So migration leads to increase in population of the specific area or specific place, and it sometimes may create the overpopulation of some areas. Okay, and the next point is growth of new towns and cities. Okay, if there are so many population, then your society needs some new places to settle them, right? So you need so many areas to grow the new towns where so many people can live there. Okay, so growth of new towns also another important impact of migration. And cultural enrichment in the receiving country. When someone coming from another area, another places, then they are coming with their different culture. Suppose in India, some people who are coming from USA for their job purposes, they are coming with different culture, right? When they are staying in India, they also taking their the Indian culture, they are habituate with the Indian culture, and also they are when another people are seeing, observe them, or come with those migrant people, then they are also know they also know that their culture, right? So the cultural exchange or cultural enrichment is another important impact of migration. Okay, so the next point is the problems of migration. What are the main problem? The main problem of migration is overcrowding. As I told you, the overcrowding or overpopulation. Okay, so migration leads to increase in the population, and when there are so many crowd or overcrowding situation, then there are so many problems like lack of employment, lack of job opportunity, or there are so many problems are associated with overcrowding. Okay, and large scale immigration may lead to problems of racial tension, while on other hand large scale immigration may release the problem of overcrowding, as I am telling you. And sometimes migration leads to the extensive transfer of human resources, which is known as brain drain. Okay, so when some human resources transfer into another country, then brain drain can be, you can see the situation of brain drain, and in your next chapter I will discuss about the brain drain. Okay, and next point, now the composition of population. What is meant by the composition of population? The age, at first the age composition. Okay, so age composition refers to the number of people in different age groups in a country. It is an important component of population. Age groups signify the rate of use of resources and the capacity to work. Okay, and the children, working age and old age population determine the social and economic structure of the population. Here you can see that the age-wise people are usually grouped into three group. Okay, there is three division. So number one is children who are below 15 years, working age 15 to 59 years, and old age above 59 years. Okay, so children are considered as dependent, where the working age are productive, like students and working persons, doctor, engineer, teachers, and so many people who are belonging from this age group. And the old age who are also dependent. Okay, after their retirement they are also dependent upon someone. So these are some age wise group divisions. Okay, and next one is sex ratio. So it refers to the number of females per 1000 males in the population. Okay, so it is an important indicator determining equality between male and female population in the society. In India, Kerala has the highest sex ratio, where 1084, and in the Daman and Diu the lowest sex ratio, you can see that 710. Okay, thank you.